Well, in terms of what I want banned, the production of tar sands. The tar sands are the largest source of greenhouse gas emission growth in Canada. And so in terms of, you know, growing greenhouse gas emissions, the tar sands are the biggest reason why we're failing to meet our international obligations under the Kyoto Protocol. They're also the reason why we're one of the countries blocking progress at international climate negotiations. Currently, they emit more emissions into the air than all the cars in Canada combined. They take a huge amount of water to produce 1 barrel of oil from the tar sands. 90% of this water is never returned to the natural ecosystem, and so instead ends up in these vast toxic tailing lakes full of chemicals like cyanide, nymphatic acids, which were used to make napalm, a whole host of polyaromatic hydrocarbons, many of which are carcinogenic, and a whole other witch's brew of toxins. And every day these tailing lakes, which currently comprise over 130 square kilometers of our province, are growing. And they're also leaking. Minimum of 11 million liters per day of these toxic substances leak directly into our river systems. And of course that has a huge impact on animal and fish populations, and then downstream First Nation communities who are seeing rising cancer rates, rising autoimmune diseases in their communities that they blame because of the contamination of their water supply because of the tar sands. You know, what we're working with both within Alberta and within Canada is a limited pot of resources, and the question is where do you put those resources? And right now the Canadian and the provincial government are putting a lot of those resources towards subsidizing this toxic industry, this toxic tar sands industry. And so we're not building something that is sustainable. 2 out of every 3 jobs in the tar sands are construction labor, and so at the end of the day, once the construction phase is done, 2 out of 3 people are going to be out of work. So we're not building a sustainable economy. I think the way that the country would benefit is that we would see tremendous green job growth across the country. Workers wouldn't have to move from St. John's to work in the tar sands, but could actually work in jobs in their home communities where they'd be able to stay with their families. We'd see that our water would be cleaner and safer, that our skies would be less polluted, that our environment would be more intact and far more biodiversity, and we would really be leading the world in a much more sustainable direction. And that's the type of leadership that I'd like to see in this country, and unfortunately it's coming from a lot of different communities across the country, but it's not coming from our political leadership at the provincial or federal level.